to the port city of Ranatala, in the Magitocracy of Huracrest. And there, you decided to look around and see if there was anything odd going on, in which you found an old, abandoned amphitheater with strange, otherworldly melodies coming from it. You investigated and found an undead spellcaster dancing with some zombies. A fight ensued. The monster was defeated, and you have claimed its mask, having stuffed it in your bag of holding. And she would have gotten away for it, too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids. So, you guys are sitting in this decrepit, abandoned theater. What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm thinking we need to take a rest. That's just me.
So you're just, Mister, you're just gonna take a rest right there in the theater?
Why, no, no, hell, not by my. Stop, no, that's not stupid. One thing he's not. He's making a suggestion to the rest of the big, tough, tanky guys. Or we use some potions or something. I'm waiting here. How many potions do I have? I don't want to use my guns.
Hello.
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 Good, you can hear me.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Excellent.
Okay. I don't think we're that. I don't think we're looking that bad for a rest, are we?
I mean, I don't know about you, but Stein
Only
is
thing
not
I'm missing
doing
is
well.
spell slots. How bad are you looking?
Real bad. Like,
HP?
real bad. Like single digits bad.
Oh shit. Okay. Can fix that. Take. Okay, lay on hands. Take. Take 70, because I've got
70?
80. Yep.
80? Okay.
No, I've got 80. Take 70.
Oh, that's
10
good.
just in
Okay,
case.
cool. Thanks. Yeah, that works. I'm fine now. I'm fine now. We can continue.
Okay.
So what do you
You
do?
mind doing like investigating stuff? Mister?
Say again?
You wanna like investigate stuff?
Yeah. What am I investigating? The rooms? The whole place?
I guess. Just
Sure, I'll do
everything.
that.
Well, if you want to look around, go ahead and make an investigation check to examine the stage and the surrounding environs.
There you go.
All right. And as you kind of go through it, you can see that there are trails of mud and dirt that kind of lead off stage and through the doors that you guys came in. Which would make sense given the disturbed graves you found behind the amphitheater, the empty graves. Her backup dancers came from somewhere. But other than that, you find only the unmaintained remains of this theater. Tattered cloth kind of hanging from tall balustrades just to form like a curtain and all of that, but overturned and destroyed furniture in the orchestral pit. Seats, many of which look to be damaged and somewhat moldy.
Okay. Okay. But nothing of importance.
Nothing that stands out to you.
Right.
Ooh. If we're not in any hurry, didn't I grab a mask or something last time?
Didn't we search the people already?
You did grab a mask. You guys told me you stuffed it in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
It was like the opera mask that the woman was wearing. It was the only bit of her that didn't turn to dust.
We can see what that is, if it's got magic in it or not. I can cast detect magic and see what I can see. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So yeah, you hold it there and just cast detect magic. And it glows with abjuration magic.
Ooh. I ritual cast identify.
So identify tells you that this mask had one charge of Death Ward that has been expended.
Aw. Maybe able to keep it, and may recharge at dawn. You never know. We'll hang on to it.
I don't think that's what it does. Listen to his wording.
But through your thorough examination, you can also tell that it is a finely crafted porcelain mask and would probably be worth about 100 gold, outside of the magical enchantment.
Yeah, we're gonna hang on to it.
Okay. But other than that, you don't really find anything else in that room.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, just to clarify, when you say you're hanging on to the mask, are you just hanging it? Are you putting it in your backpack, the bag of holding, the portable hole? What?
I'm gonna give it to the paladin and let him keep it.
Okay. I put it in my backpack then.
All right.
And what? And then I guess, what are we doing? Which way are we going? Who's all here? Wow.
I'm here.
That's
I'm here. I'm just coming down from a cold.
okay.
Let's go the way where the backup dancers came from.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. Yeah. So you follow this faint trail of dirt and mud out to the atrium, back around the side of the central chamber, and through the open doors into the graveyard out back. Many of the graves having been disturbed, and it looks like the corpses have been removed.
Hmm.
All right. Hello.
I'm here. I'm waiting for you to tell me what you do.
Oh, what did I said? We said we were going to go to the way the what you call it came in.
Yes. Did you not hear my description?
Negative.
Did anybody else hear it?
I heard it.
Okay. Well, you follow the trail of mud through the building. It goes back out back, where there's a graveyard with open graves that you've been here before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Shit.
You know,
I'm gonna examine the graves and everything, see if I can find some kind of clue.
sure. Make an investigation check. So as you're looking through these overgrown, disturbed graves, you notice that that it's poorly maintained. Like no one's been here in a long time. Vines and grasses have kind of overgrown the tombstones, except for a set of 5 tombstones near the back. These do not appear to have been disturbed, and in fact, the tombstones and the plots look to have been maintained, but only like they themselves. And you notice that unlike the other tombstones, which had kind of this random smattering of names, these all appear to be from the same family.
Mm.
I'm back. Hello?
Yeah, well,
Again?
I'm also here. You have 100% of my attention.
I am here.
Why are we sitting in silence?
What should we do? I'm sorry, I was driving home from a dinner with my boss.
well,
Okay.
Mr. went to the.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
we were
mister.
we were back at the graveyard where we started from, and yeah, that
I
was
also
it.
fell asleep last week about halfway through our session, so I didn't know what
Oh,
happened.
you're all good. It happens. All right. So
If
We searched the church and the.
and we unmasked the culprit, who
Gotcha.
was some
Literally.
kind of evil bard seeking to decrease property value so that they could reopen the venue and get super big sales because it's haunting.
I'm a realtor, so this makes complete sense to me.
Oh, okay. You're super familiar then with how a Scooby Doo plot goes. Local man tries to tank real estate market.
Dude, I used to live next to a guy in Charlotte, and he said he would well, not said because he would literally step outside and pop off 2 rounds off his front porch just so to keep the property value down.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
No, but he actually did it.
I know.
How good is it to keeping the property value? I'm sorry, we're getting distracted.
Actually, really good. It worked very well.
If I remember the main floor layout, we went in the front door. There was the double doors to the stage, and then there was a hallway to the kitchen and the graveyard. Was there anything else?
There were a couple of other rooms you investigated, but they were mostly empty.
Any secret or trap doors come out of those rooms? Do we check?
You did
we
check.
found it.
There were none.
Okay.
Oh, we found a secret door that went from the kitchen to the stage. Well, that I found on accident.
Okay, so what about this family? Did we figure out what the family is? They were undisturbed.
No, I merely described that there was a family of 4 gravestones that, unlike the other ones in this graveyard, are both undisturbed and well maintained. They are not
Okay, so-
overgrown.
So what's the family's names and do they sound familiar to us?
Well, there is Idior, Cherish, Edeli, and Odolph, all with a family named Elecron. And no, none of those names would mean anything to any of you.
Even if I were not on the local island where I was from, so never mind.
Are those graves hollowed or hallowed? Has anyone tried to check for magic, preventing them from being raised as undead?
I hadn't.
And I have exactly 1 spell, so I'm not able to do that. Does anyone else have detect magic, identify?
Let me see. I got a bunch of.
I mean, we have a Paladin.
We do have-
Ipfon. Ipfon.
Yeah.
Ipfon. Do your Ipfon thing. Paladin powers. Activate.
Don't know if I actually have the spell slots for that.
So you have to
Oh.
you have to consecrate. That
It's-
is, you have to hallow.
It's
this
not a
ground.
spell slot.
Should be.
It's a
like
paladin
cantrip.
ability.
Divine sense would also work.
Yeah, divine sense.
Oh shit! I forgot I could do that. I forgot about that. I haven't used that in a while. Sure.
How do you forget? It's your detect bad guy radar.
It is your literally only job.
You smite things, and you divinely sense things.
He really
That's it.
likes step 2, which is smite them. So he forgot about step 1, which is find them.
Step 1, hit a bunch of things really hard. Step 2,
I-
profit.
Gilbert, I think you got it backward for Ipfon. It's step 1, smite them. Step 2, have someone find out if they were bad guys or not.
So are you doing a divine sense or not?
Yes.
Okay. You do a divine sense. It detects nothing.
Not even consecrated?
It does. There are no fey fiends or undead within range, nor is anything desecrated or consecrated within range.
That's good. We don't want anything to be desecrated or consecrated.
Yeah, but we're in a cemetery, so should something in
how
here be?
No.
Out of curiosity, though, how old Like, how long ago were the other graves dug up, and how old do these graves look? Like, were these bodies just put in here after the rest were raised as undead or something?
Make a nature check.
Nature. I need to be at my computer for this, not looking for ibuprofen, so I will be on second.
You don't keep ibuprofen by your computer?
No. Neither of us
So
do.
I do a nature, but it's a -1, so I'm useless there.
21.
All right. So, from the looks of it, it looks like this dirt has been dug up within the past week or so. As for the level of growth would suggest that this place has not been maintained. Like, these graves were left to rot probably for several years, if not decades. But the Electron plots, they are like well maintained. There's no overgrowth. There's not even like grass growing on top of the graves. Like it's been trimmed off. And so that looks like someone's been coming to maintain it recently.
No grass at all. Or just, like, cut grass.
No grass at all. Like the plots themselves are just compacted earth. Like there's like finely trimmed grass around, but the area like right in front of each of the tombstones is just dirt.
That means they were either buried recently, or somebody's been coming by and, like, tilling the soil to get rid of any grass growth.
Or
And that's
pulling the
like
weeds.
within the last week.
Yeah,
Of these,
same thing.
the family graves. So is
Or
there like
whatever's in there.
Well, the
is preventing
family
grass
graves,
from
like
growing
the
up.
the dirt there is compacted and is bleached a bit from the sun. It's there are a lot like the dirt there has been exposed more than a week.
mm,
Well,
uh,
it's pretty late. Why don't we go back to the inn and we'll look up the Elkaron family tomorrow and see who's maintaining their grave.
yeah. I'll spend
I mean, we searched the majority or the entirety of the mansion, correct? Or the amphitheater?
Yes.
Yeah, let's just head back to the inn. We can look that name up tomorrow in the city records to see who's related to him or possibly the one who buried them that might be maintaining their graves. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So you go back to the inn. The day winds down, and you all go to sleep. Your dreams are filled with flashes of light and haunting melodies, impressions of great plays and operas. Morning comes, and you have all had an extremely nice long rest.
Oh no, we've picked up the talking mask from the Underdark.
We picked up the opera mask of Michael Jackson.
Ipfon.
Yeah?
So you said you stuck that mask that you took in your backpack, and so it was in the room with you when you slept, yes?
Yeah?
When you wake up, you're wearing the mask.
Ooh. I attempt to take it off.
It comes off easily enough. Like it was just resting on your your face, and when you sit up, it would just fall off because it has no string to tie to the back.
Okay.
Did
Mhm.
you and the wife watch Phantom of the Opera?
He's not married.
He sleeps with Stein. Stein and him usually share a room.
Did you and the doctor watch Phantom of the Opera?
Usually.
But usually it's Swag, Stein, myself, Soup, Lucina, Teresa, and then Thumas, your new addition. So you probably just sleep at the bar, I'd assume.
I sleep at the bar.
Oh man, that means I used to have a room to myself until we got a new adventurer.
I apologize.
I didn't mean you.
Not you,
No, good.
Burger. Teresa is the new addition. He
Alright.
had joined before you, and that's just I
Goofing.
just assumed 2 to a room.
I know. Goofing aside. Yeah, we should destroy that mask.
Really?
Yeah.
The dreams weren't unpleasant, though. I feel
Yeah.
more cultured than I did before.
I'd say they were very great.
Uh,
That was gross. Don't do that again.
Indeed, clearly Freeman has been influenced by fiendish activity more so than usual. We need to destroy the mask.
hmm.
More so
vote
than
to murder
usual.
Freeman.
If a mask is telling
Good
you to
fucking
beat
luck.
it, if a mask
Okay,
is telling
maybe
you
not
to beat
murder.
it, you do not
Maybe
want
not
that thing
murder
around.
Freeman, but he definitely needs to not
Thumas,
be anywhere near at least 150 yards from a school.
The party's already tried killing me once. I'm still here.
Yeah, it just created more
Hey,
problems.
hey.
I hold
succeeded.
no feelings
I
against
just
you
didn't
guys.
kill you.
The party
I
tried to kill me once.
non-lethaled your ass.
Yeah.
But we did succeed.
You did succeed in putting me down the first time.
All right. But yeah, we should destroy the mask.
I second the notion. Does it when okay, real quick question. From inside of his backpack when he pinged Ipfon, just ping a divine sense on the mask.
Wait, do we
We've
know
only
what the
done
mask does?
We've only done a detect magic and identify on it. We have not seen what kind of bullshit it's cooking underneath the magic
Yeah,
or
like,
the
can we find something like identify, or do we have anybody with identify?
I thought we
We've
did
cast
identify.
identify. We've done detect magic, but we have not done divine sense on it. The other radar.
Oh no, I've only done. I know it's a mask that gives
Recast identify on it, and then
Death
also
ward.
do a divine sense. Yep.
It had one charge of death ward, but it seems to be used up.
One expended. Yeah, that's what I say. So Ipfon do a divine sense, see if it's desecrated, and then
Mhm.
Stein, I'd recommend doing another identify ritual, or I can do it if you don't want to.
Or do we
Yeah, I'll
have
do another
legend
one.
But
lore?
divine
Same
sense
item?
first. Yeah, but
Guys,
divine sense
guys.
first.
It's not rocket science. Use divine sense. What was that, Sleuth?
Do we have legend lore?
No, our wizard does not have legend lore.
He's
Gross.
a useless wizard.
I know, right? Wizards, they're always optimized for whatever you don't need right now.
You know what? Never mind.
Turnabout is fair play, mister. You gave me shit last campaign. I'm coming back swinging.
Ipfon or Swag, are you here?
Yeah.
Are you intending to pop a divine sense, focusing on the mask to see if it's, fucked up at all?
Yep. I will
Alright.
do that.
All right, you cast Divine Sense, and that mask is totally desecrated.
Ooh, shit.
Okay, well now I think we should destroy it.
Like Zoinks Freeman, I think that mask is totally desecrated.
Well, we can always sell it to somebody.
That seems like a great way to be coming back here 6 months from now dealing with the exact same thing.
Who said we had to come back here? There's other cities in the Magiarch.
Oh boy, it's going on world tour.
Out of curiosity, are there any giant volcanoes to the southeast of the continent? Maybe like 6 to 8 months walk away.
That's an oddly
Uh,
specific question.
Whatever
me
you do, just
check.
don't get blood on the mask. Or we're gonna be in for some real trouble.
Hey, Under,
what's up?
question. Would purity of spirit matter at all with this?
Let me look up purity of spirit.
I mean, it would just change the mask if it, doesn't cling to you, it'd cling to Stein.
Oh, you're always under the effects of protection from evil and good?
Uh-huh.
No, it would not have affected anything that happened.
Okay. Just checking.
The mask is evil. It doesn't make you evil, at least right away.
Indeed.
No, but I don't like the way the Phantom of the Opera has been getting inside our minds.
I have no problem selling it for money. Money is always good. And we're in a city full of magic people, so somebody else can deal with it.
Okay. Fuck it. Let's
If they want to
go,
buy it.
well,
Instead of destroying something that we can make money off of.
my charismatic ass can sell it pretty quick.
If we're in a city full of magic people, there's got to be some kind of law against like selling cursed shit to people.
Believe it or
That's
not,
cursed.
no.
Well, it's evil.
Again.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess if it's only evil, maybe there'll be somebody who wants that.
While we're up, though, I'm gonna go look into the family at the cemetery that didn't have their graves desecrated by undead.
Okay, and how
Yeah,
are you going to do that?
I'm just gonna go look for like wherever they'd have a census bureau that has public records or a library with
Well, that would probably be up in the castle. The one overlooking the town.
All right. How far is that?
About a 30-minute walk.
All right, I'll head over there.
we'll head over there.
Mm.
No sense splitting the party. That was last week.
All right. So yeah, you guys take your mask and walk towards the castle. And you can see that the castle, which rests on a bit of an overlook, to give it a nice commanding view of the city and the port, has a central keep, and then like an outer curtain wall. And then that outer curtain wall, however, has had like a bunch of buildings built up like right on the outside of it. And those are actually like the government like bureaucratic function places. Like that's where records are kept of births, deaths, taxes, that type of thing.
Ah, yes.
Taxes. Who pays those?
Literally, the mage in charge of the town, whose name is Alvanius, literally hides behind city bureaucracy as a defense.
Is it called the Hall of Certainties?
I was gonna say.
Certainty of life, death, and taxes.
I don't. Well, I wouldn't say.
No,
life
it's
but-
called Castle Janya.
Castle Janya, huh?
Yes.
You're gonna G on your what?
Janya business. I don't know.
God damn, I was thinking the same fucking thing. I just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, because it's just stupid.
I love how I can make up like all these nice fantasy names, and no matter what, it never fails. Someone will manage to make a pun out of it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's always a really shitty pun.
Oh, well,
Those
that's
are the best
kind
ones.
of fun.
Mine was going to be a hockey reference, but nobody would get it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
not
right.
here.
Are they known for their cheese by chance?
We
I-
we
I
do
already-
the Wisconsin thing.
I already. God damn it. That would have been better. Okay.
What's
Alright.
the mage's name? Since you're giving out spellings and you don't have to rely
Sure.
on my ability to not spell.
I don't think being unable to spell counts as an ability.
Well, lack thereof.
But Gilbert, you know the first rule of the Inquisition: knowledge is treason. After all, blessed is the mind too small for doubt.
Amen.
All right. Yeah, we're going to go play detect.
You cut off there. What are you doing?
Oh, we're going to play detective. Find this family in the Hall of Records and stuff.
Okay. Well, make an investigation check then. As when you walk up there, you realize that the Hall of Records is basically just a 4-story building with row upon row of ledgers. There is no like names on the spines or anything like that. The only thing people will tell you is that it's roughly in chronological order, with the stuff on the bottom being some of the older stuff, the stuff on top being newer.
Brutal.
Did the gravestones list years of birth and death that we could use to find them by?
They did not, just names.
All right. Well, I guess Stein and I are going to spend a day here.
No, I can spend the day with Stein.
Alrighty.
Well, are you
Or-
a
or do we
bookkeeper
wanna
of any kind? Stein and I are bookkeepers. That's why
High end.
we'd exceed. Are you high end?
Yes, I'm an arcane archer.
Ah.
And a rogue. So, do we want to split up me and Stein so we can investigate 2 leads at a time, or do we want to really commit to this?
Well,
I-
I can go with you because Stein can guidance himself, so I can guide into you and give you advantage, and then Stein can take a floor. So we'd have to go. You said it's 4 stories, correct, Under?
Yes.
So if we spend half a day each on a floor, Teresa Friedman and then Stein, and I don't think we have any other proficient investigators. Do we? Swag, are you proficient in investigation?
No.
Thumas, are you proficient in investigation?
I'm technically I'm a -1, but technically I have.
Are you proficient? That's all that
yes,
matters.
Technically,
You are.
yes.
You are technically is.
There's no technically.
What do you mean by technically?
either
You are or you are not.
I am proficient. I am proficient with all saves.
That's
No,
not
it's
what
a
we're
save.
talking about.
Diamond Soul.
That's
I-
not what we're
I
talking
I
about.
asked you if you're
My
proficient with
bad.
the investigation skill.
My bad. No.
Okay. So then it would just be there's only 3 of us that are proficient. So myself and Teresa, because I can guidance her, and Stein can guidance himself. So between the 3 of us, we'll spend all day searching all 4 floors to see if we can find a name. Because I mean, remember, we have to like 2 weeks or 4 weeks to kill. I don't remember if we got a 5th level spell scroll or not. We have at least 2 weeks to kill, so we're not in a rush. If we need to spend 2 days to find the name,
Did those gravestones look like they were the kind you would use to bury like a wealthy family?
Yes.
Ah, well, before you go diving into the birth and death registry, you could look through the deed registry to see if they own property here.
well, and then also mentioning the gravestones is a good point. From Freeman's ability of stone knowledge, how old do those stones, the gravestones, look?
Well, make your history check then.
$26.
They looked to be between about 2 centuries old.
A long time for somebody to maintain some graves. But that would narrow our window down for our search.
Did the names seem human, elven, dwarvish? Like, was this a long-lived species where 2 centuries is like a generation?
Unclear. Names in this world are not really broken down by racial boundaries, but more the society they were living in. And the names are typical for Heracrest.
Alright, and this is a human, mostly city area, or
No, it's a
It's
pretty.
mixed.
The whole world is a pretty good mix of humans, dwarves, halflings, elves, and gnomes. You see smatterings of Goliaths, Tabaxis, and Tieflings in places. But for the most part, there isn't like really like an overwhelming dominance of one species over others.
But with the 2 century window, does that narrow like what if we spend a couple hours investigating each floor to kind of figure out where the chronologically is going in the books? Does that narrow our window down of which floors we really need to search?
It would affect
Knowing-
it would effectively affect the DC of the check.
All right, let's so let's split up.
and search for clues.
Yep. So Stein will take 2 floors,
I want
like 3
one
and 4.
investigation check. I don't care who does it.
Okay. Then I'll help Teresa and cast guidance on her.
So guidance and advantage from the help.
Sure.
In 26. That is very mediocre. Do I have?
Yeah. So
information on that?
you start crawling
Oh,
through the hall.
I forgot.
Go ahead.
I forgot
D4.
guidance.
Okay.
29.
So you start going through this hall of records, which is what it's called, and you realize that this is a transactional hall of records. It keeps track of changes, so it keeps track of who's born, who's died, but also only when property transfers. There is no like registry of who owns what currently. You have to go back through this hall to find out like when the last transfer of the deed was. And as you start poking through, you do see that from the very beginning of the records here in Ranatala, there is this family, and they seem to kind of wax and wane a bit through the centuries, until about 200 years ago, when on one of the more waning side of things, there is simply a recording of 4 deaths. And as you're looking through this, the names match up with the graves you saw. After this point, there's no more mention of this family. The records also show that about 3 months before these 4 people died, and they all died on the same day. It doesn't list a cause, just this person died on this date, this person died on this date, this person died on this date. Then about 2 months beforehand, the property there was transferred to Cherish, the name you saw on the tombstone. And that immediately after that, there is a record that a legal suit was brought in an attempt to dispute that property transfer, and records that Cherish prevailed. It doesn't have a family name; it just gives the given name, which isn't uncommon in Heracrest for people just to not have a family name. That the plaintiff was known as a vizier.
Anybody else smell smoke? Because I smell smoke.
Was this vizier known as a grand person?
I wasn't even
Um,
referring to that. I was referring to the 4 simultaneous deaths followed by a property transfer.
Property transfers before the death.
Before?
The property was transferred. There was a lawsuit. The transfer was held up into court, and then the 4 simultaneous deaths. So it
Oh,
sounds like
okay,
The
I got
property
that
was
now.
getting transferred to Cherish, and that's one of the names of the dead people. And the name of Advisor was the counter, the one that was suing for that property transfer. So I'm assuming Advisor is estranged, and the property should have
Was-
rightfully been theirs. So they just killed everybody.
Do we have
was
that right?
there a reason listed for the property transfer? Like, was it a foreclosure, inheritance?
It was a deed. It was a signed deed transfer from Vobis Elecro. I made up this goddamn famine. I can't even pronounce it. Elecaron, the same family.
I know exactly how you feel. Like exactly how you feel.
The same family name implies an inheritance.
No. This is a deed. This is a signed deed transfer. So, Vobis signed the deed over to Cherish. It is hard to do that if you are dead.
Oh, okay.
All right. Since we have a chronological destination right now, let's pull all the records that are tied to this deed in particular that we can find, since they should all be relatively close together and chronological, and go further back to see if there's a split in the family tree that they parted ways, or you know what I mean? Like
I
twice, thrice removed kind of family.
I also want to look into this year because right now he's the or they, I guess. We don't know if it's a he or she. They're the likely cause of grievance, given that they were the fancy words. Was it plaintiff
Yep.
in the issue? So we're the one raising a stink about it.
Yeah, so I'd like to see if we can find and pull all of the records relating to this family in particular, this property in particular, and see if there's any branches further back down the line, using deaths to track it as best we can.
So, as I said before, when you went through your research, you didn't find any like odd branches that this vizier would have come up in. You know, these 4 seem to have been the last of this family, as far as you can tell. But as Thumis would look and spend some more hours kind of following a vizier, you eventually do find his birth record. And some like he isn't really mentioned much in the Hall of Records until that court case. And you also keep going, and eventually find that about 2 years after these 4 people died, he filed an ex parte suit to basically claim this property that it was quote unquote abandoned, and essentially he was trying to claim the property. However, that case simply listed as moot due to the fact that 2 days later, Ivizir died.
Ah.
Does it say where this property is?
Yes. It contains a legal description of the property, and the location matches up with that theater you guys visited.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it looks like he filed the suit and then died before it was resolved, and so the courts closed it as moot.
So somebody
Oh,
wanted
then
this
who
place
the
to
hell
stay
was keeping the
abandoned.
graves? All right. Where is his death record? And since we have his birth record and his death record, how old was he?
He was 54.
Okay. So could be any of the races then.
I mean, likely not elves. Elves aren't considered adults until 100-ish.
Depends on the world. It is Under's world, so.
Yeah, elves are long lived here. So that's fine. Many
it could be any of the,
it could easily be a culture in certain more elf heavy enclaves that adulted at a century.
Mm.
Yeah, it could be any of the human lifetime races.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it doesn't super narrow it down.
No.
It's less likely to be one of the long-lived, but
It's something somewhere in the middle. It's not an extremely short-lived, and it's not likely something extremely long-lived. But it doesn't really
yeah,
rule anything out
it doesn't
except the
narrow anything
extremely
out.
short-lived.
Yeah. Which, even then, halflings can live up to that age.
Yeah, but like Aarakocras live like 30 years. They're adults at the age of 3.
Fucking birds. All right. Let's see, what else can we think of? Are there any other properties related to this name besides the amphitheater?
So, yes and no. There were other properties that this family owned and disposed of. However, the theater is the only one that, from the very beginning of the records, they owned and kind of kept all the way through to their end. Everything else is a house here, a house there, a business venture there, here, a business venture there, but nothing that really lasted beyond a generation or two. This is the only thing that was kind of generational.
All right, if we have an idea of the generations, what is their generational gap?
For the most part, they seem to live between 50 and 100 years.
All right, human.
With a few
human.
exceptions here and there of people that seem to have, born and then died 500 years later. But there's only one or two of those.
Oh, those are still quite interesting.
Half-elf, maybe? Some a bit more with the elf.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards most likely human, and then the occasional half elf or what's the other one? Or you can also take in magic to account because we are in a magiarchy. So.
All right. Would something like undeath be considered during life or after death for this? Like if someone turned themselves into a vampire or a lich, would they still be registered as a living person or?
No, I don't think.
So, Heracrest, if you become a vampire, a lich, or some other type of greater undead, they would be, if you're still in control of your own faculties, would be more inclined to say that you're still alive.
Right,
as in, they could summon you to court and say, you've been accused of being dead. How do you plead? And if you can say that I'm not dead, that's usually good enough for them.
So, you are dead, though.
Well,
legal death versus biological.
A sentient creature is considered alive, whether it's actually biologically alive or reanimated for the long and short of it, from the sounds of it.
Now, if you raise someone as a zombie, that's still considered dead legally.
Let's say our player definition of dead is not the same as a magical fantasy world's definition of dead. All right. Well, does it list Advisor's burial site?
No, it does not. In fact, none of these death records list where they're buried.
Yeah, I figured I'd ask.
We can go check the graveyard for the name advisor. Or we can see if it's somewhere else in the building. I don't suppose anyone is particularly quick.
I'm pretty quick. What do you need speed for?
Just to run back to the cemetery and see if advisor's name is on any of the gravestones.
Oh, at the theater, it wasn't. You would have remembered that. I would have noted that.
All right. All right. Well, he's not there. Then he's somewhere else? Question mark. None of these records have a cause of death, do they?
No. This is just a listing of death certificates so they can get an idea of who's alive and who isn't. Not really it's not like it's their file where they have things like coroner's report or stuff like that.
Yeah, is there anywhere in the city that would have coroner's reports? Like, do they have an office for something like that?
Not really. If they suspected that there was foul play and the city watch was investigating it, the particular investigator may have kept notes. But as far as if anyone was charged with their deaths there, it would have been listed in this record because that would have been a listing of a legal case about it. And there is no such record.
All right. Does it list public positions over the centuries in these records?
Yes, sort of. It lists people who attain the rank of mage, and who's the mage in charge of the city. Just because that confers additional rights to people when you become a mage, versus just a free man.
Uh-huh.
I believe here it's called a freemancer.
Well, it's more that you don't if you're not a spellcaster, you will never attain that status. It's based on being adept with magic that you attain a higher rank there.
Yeah, so you're not just a man, you're a free man. You're a freemancer.
All right. So who was the highest ranking mage in the city 2 centuries ago when all of this took place?
Elwyn.
Archmage Elwyn.
It doesn't list him as Archmage, just mage.
Oh, okay.
They don't have arches here. They're afraid of bridges.
Grand Mage Elwyn.
So generally, in Heracrest, slaves are the lowest. Then you've got your normal citizens, then mages, then counselors, and then an elder. Counselors and elders really only show up in the capital city. Ranatala is not the capital, so it's led by just a mage.
Okay. Well, what's this position called?
Just mage, I think.
His title is mage. His position is just listed as mayor.
Okay.
But it's not an elected mayor. He's an appointed mayor.
Right. The mage mayor.
The major.
Oh, that's good. I was going to say the marriage.
From your investigation, to give a reference, Ranatala is a small town. It's a little bit less than 9,000 people. There are only 9 mages currently in the city, including
and probably 7
Alvanius.
Spy organizations.
That's quite exclusive.
All right. Are there any lesser ranks than mage, or is mage it's free men then mage? Okay.
Yeah. Basically,
no,
if
or anything.
Sorry, say again.
There's no apprentice or any a step in between.
I'm sure there are, but
there are apprentices, but they're not written down. It's not one of the formal legal ranks.
Okay. And would a mage or the mayor at the time have knowledge of ongoing investigations and stuff? Because you said, so if Visor was killed and there was somebody that was investigating it, they would probably have notes in their own personal notes, but they wouldn't like with public record or anything like that. Would that name be known of who might be the chief of police or something along those lines? For that same time
I
period.
suppose they could have, if they took an interest in the case, they could have requested records on it themselves. Like as a mage, they would have been able to go to, the head of the guard and basically say, "I want all the records you have on this investigation," and they would have been handed over.
Okay.
Or at least copies taken if it's ongoing. They have that like level of power. But that wouldn't be noted here in the Hall of Records.
How many?
No. I'm not looking for who might have the information or where the information might be kept. I'm looking for the name of who might have the information. Even if they're dead, might be something that was passed down. So I'm looking for basically their equivalent. You said the head of the guards. Is that information kept in the records? Like who is the current head of the guards and who was the current head of the guards?
Yeah, in the Hall of Records, there would have been records of who was appointed to like various positions in the bureaucracy by the mage in charge. And so yeah, there would have been a listing of so and so was appointed to chief of the guards.
All right. Then I'd like to track that name through the records.
Okay.
And see if they have any living relatives.
I see. Okay. Yeah. The chief of the guard at that time was Udis. And as you follow it, it looks like he he has a like great granddaughter, still in town, by the name of Urish.
All right. If there's any notes or anything like that of any sort of investigation, that's probably where they're going to be.
Urish seems to own a haberdashery in town, from the records.
Oh, fun.
A haberdashery.
A hat store.
Yep.
Fancy word for fancy things. I understand.
Wonder if she can make shoes. I still need a pair of boots. I don't know what happened to the pair in Hercules or in Havia. I don't remember if I ever got those.
You just never picked them up.
I think they're still sitting there. I don't think we've ever actually gone back and gotten them. I mean, granted, that was like 3 years ago. All right. Well, who needs a hat?
Fuck it, I'll take a hat.
All right.
We could also go see if the current City Watch might be interested in a case involving, what was it, a consecrated item and undead, because that might be a case of long-lived undead having been committing tax evasion for the last 2-3 centuries, and that's a lot of interest they can pick up on.
I agree with everything except for the part where we tell them about the mask.
Oh, we'll just say we destroyed it.
What mask? I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Why are we concerned about telling them about the mask?
Because then they might want it as evidence and we won't be able to have it to sell for money.
I mean, if it's just a case of undead, we don't have much of a case to get the city guard involved in. Or town guard, I guess. Is it city, town? Doesn't matter. The guard.
Yeah, it's just undead.
If it's just undead, it's a mage being a dickhead. They'll get to the bottom of it eventually. But if it's several centuries of tax evasion from someone who can create adequately strong undead and has access to powerful magic items, they have a lot of money if chances are going to hold up. There's a better way of saying that, but I am too sick to think of it right now.
Well, I'm gonna go with that's an unknown. So let's go visit Urish, see if her great great granddad left any notes around in a trunk or something from his police days. We'll start there, and then I guess maybe we can bring it up to the guards. Hey, there might be somebody evading taxes. Not Freeman's normal care, so it's like I'm kind of sitting there like, but why?
The guard, I'm sure, are perfectly reasonable, and since we're doing them such a big favor, helping them collect on so much interest, they won't notice. And I'm sure that none of the money that they're collecting on gets kicked our way, because that would be ridiculous. Haha.
But if there's a big pile of money
They
laying
make
around,
money
why
where it's
why would
been.
we tell the guards? Why wouldn't we just take it for ourselves?
We don't tell them about all of it. We tell them enough to get their interest that they can actually find this place for us.
What place are we trying to look for?
Never mind.
You're such a dingleberry.
So what are you guys doing?
Sounds like we're going to get hats.
All right. So it is mid-afternoon by the time you guys leave the Hall of Records, having spent a lot of the day searching through dusty old tomes and ledgers. I'm going bleary-eyed, just looking at all of the little tiny writing that they used so that they could pack it into more space. But you are able to get the address of the haberdashery. Then you head down Hat Street,
Of course.
which is in the cover district.
I feel like I've missed something important. Why the fuck are we going to a haberdashery?
That was the business the guy owned, right?
The great granddaughter of the head of the captain of the
Yeah.
guard or whatever.
When a visor was unalived, we're not sure how they died. If it was through foul play, there's no record of it. So we found the name of who was captain of the guard at the time, and found their great great granddaughter to see if
Okay.
he might have any notes laying around that
I
just
gotcha.
stayed in the trunk over the years.
And haven't been disintegrated by 2.5 centuries, give or take.
2.5 centuries of wizardy bullshit.
I mean, the tomes in the hall seem fine. They seem to have some robust paper here. They are mages, after all.
Silly
They-
mages.
They take their paper very seriously.
They do. You see, it was all on parchment, and there were signs. If you damage a book, it will be your skin used to repair it.
Damn, that's hardcore.
Simply don't damage their books. I don't get it. What if there's not enough skin on a person to repair all the books they damage?
Wait.
Well, the regeneration spell will be cast on them and they'll start again.
There's also that whole thing with like the next of kin.
Oh yeah. If you die in the process of fixing one of the books, it will be your children who continue to fix the books.
All right, 5-year-old little Timmy.
We're gonna wait till you're 20 and then skin you alive.
What? No, we can't wait that many years.
Right? Yeah, you can't allow a book that yeah, sure, they may only weigh 60 pounds, but we're getting our pound of flesh.
The skin is much tighter at that age anyway.
It's fresher. It's more fresh. It's a hardier skin.
It's thinner though.
Yeah, it's perfect for
That-
certain books.
That means they can fit more pages on the shelves.
You see, you got to start thinking like a Night Lord. What kind of uses can I get out of this flayed skin?
The thing is, the skin doesn't obviously belong to a child, so there's no point in using it, unless you're going to make people watch while you take it.
Well, duh. What do you think the town
Hardcore.
square was built for?
My God, this town is getting really fucked up really fast.
All I told you guys was what the sign said. You're the ones who made up this whole children thing.
So we like skinning babies. Fuck, sue us.
Hold on. We never said we did. We were just making up rumors entirely from whole cloth that will then give to people in other countries on the other side of the world, causing them to have completely misunderstood information about a different culture.
I know nothing what you're talking about.
Yeah, totally. I don't enjoy skinning babies.
This week, the gang invents xenophobia.
Alrighty, this week,
I mean,
Gilbert kills
I'm not
more
gonna
player
say that
characters.
because if there's a medical reason to skin a baby, Stein will be all up for it. So, yeah.
Hey, Sleuth, do me a favor and put that down as an extra note just to keep that in mind that I need to kill Stein before the campaign's over.
Hey, anything to forward the advancement of humanity. Some eggs must be broken to make way to make the omelet. You know, to find the cure, some people have to fall by the wayside.
Alrighty, yep, someone's not getting a healing word next time they're bleeding
Thinking the
out.
mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't fret over every egg.
Yeah, but mister, there's more than one way to skin a family of 12.
Fuck.
You should do it when they're inverted. That way the blood will drain out of them.
I think the white mage isn't going to be picking any of you fuckers up.
It's a lot less messy. He's right.
It is a lot less messy.
You know, I never thought I'd be saying this, but the Diabolist dwarf is the least suspect of the party.
Well, if you start at the ankles, the blood flow will go down the skin. So as you're going
start
down,
at-
Is not
it will squeegee itself off.
No, you start at the ankles anyway because then you can just rip and pull instead of having to cut.
Oh no.
Remember the
If you want a
science.
good skin sample, you have to cut. You have to. Like,
Andrew, I really hope you
human-
weren't counting on your stream being monetized.
We're discussing the best way to skin people. Oh, so with humans or mammals in general, separating the skin from the flesh, the muscle, you actually have to cut. Most mammals that are outdoorsy, like deer, bear, their fat is typically between the skin and the muscles, but humans, we've built the ability to sweat. So our skin is in direct contact with our muscles to increase the cooling for the most part. So a lot of parts of the body, you actually have to cut between the skin and the muscle to actually get them to separate.
Yes.
You can't just yank.
You can if you yank hard enough.
Well, yank wherever I please.
Not if you only want the skin.
So anyways,
Like we're
hat
specifically
Thor.
talking about, yeah, we're specifically talking about harvesting skin.
Admin powers, banishment.
So you guys
So
walk
anyway,
down
that's
Hatch
fun.
Street. Yeah, you walk down Hatch Street in the cover district, and you come to Urish's haberdashery. It appears to be closed. There's a sign on the door and everything.
Well,
say
he
when they'll
wouldn't
be
mind if
open.
we just kind of went in there and grabbed some hats.
I think she would mind. That's how doors being closed works.
Oh, we could try knocking.
No.
Is there an apartment above it?
Certain.
Yes.
Thumas. Break in through the second-story window. Take
Friedman
this
knocks on the front
dagger
door.
and threaten anyone in there. Then we'll come in
Freeman
and
Knox.
and save them from you.
The guard that's standing right there in the corner next to the shop looks over as you start knocking and says, I wouldn't bother with that. Urish seems to have closed up her shop for the last couple of weeks. Must have gone on a holiday or something. I suggest you should try one of the other stores.
All right, I'm telling
But
you.
we weren't looking for hats. We were looking for Urish. So one of the other stores wouldn't be very beneficial.
The guard just shrugs and says, well, it looks like you got a problem then.
I'm sure we'll manage. Thank you for the information.
Move along, Flatfoot.
Is there a back door?
Did you just tell the guard to move along? I swear to God, if that guard starts beating you up and you resist, I'm gonna kick your ass.
The guard just ignores Stein.
Turn into the JoJo meme.
I mean, there's an alleyway along the side.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go directly, obviously. That's a little too obvious. Yeah, we'll just go back the way we came and then circle around so that the one guard that we did speak to doesn't see us, but try to get to the back side of the building or the alley alongside of it from a different direction.
Yeah, you go down Hood Avenue. There's, well, it's in the cover district, so, you've got Hatch Street, Hood Avenue.
Just being a dick.
Anyway, but yeah, you eventually find an alleyway that would be basically like right behind the haberdashery.
Wait. Hat Street, Hood Avenue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next one over is Cloak District.
Helm Court?
No, it's Cowl Court.
Oh, Cowl Court.
Yep.
Do you get to the Cloak District very often?
Of course you don't.
What am I saying? Of course you don't.
All right. So, yeah, you find that alley. You can get behind the haberdashery. There is, in fact, a back door.
I'd like the back door to be unlocked.
All right, make a thieves' tools check. There's a clunk,
20,
and
26.
the door. Yeah, and the door is unlocked.
All right. Enter.
All right, you enter. A thin layer of dust on the kind of coats the floor, making it somewhat slick. Ahead of you, about 20 feet, you can see that the hall opens up into the front of the shop. To your left, you can see a closed door, two closed doors, and on your right, a single closed door.
This particular region of the world, do they have basements a lot?
Yes.
All right, yeah, I'd like to start opening doors, look for stairs that go down.
All right, you open the first door on your left, the first door you come to. It's right by the back door. And yeah, it's a set of stairs descending down.
All right, I start heading down.
All right, you head down. The basement appears to be made of a dirt floor with a foundation of fieldstone. And you can see various rows of bolts of fabric, a vat of quicksilver, a body, several chunks of little odds and ends that you would attach onto it, feathers and rhinestones and the like that you would put on hats, buckles, that type of thing.
No, you just did that. Just casually glanced by the fact that there was a body, but
I think he meant a mannequin.
Well, it's being used as a mannequin.
Is it a mannequin or is it a flesh and body?
Well, the big blood stain on the floor kind of gives away that it used to be a flesh and body blood. Now it's really just flesh.
All right, well, I guess that's worth looking at. Is the rest of the party joining me on this venture, or is everybody kind of just standing in the alley awkwardly by the back door?
we're going. Oh, I'm going.
Well, if the entire party is deciding to come inside, I will close the door and relock it.
Okay, you can do so. In fact, there's like a little peg next to the door where a key is up, and you can just grab that and just lock the door that way.
That would be much more convenient for getting in here. Well, Teresa, you any good at medicine?
No. The only thing that
Then
starts
Stein.
or ends within I'm good at is investigating and putting errors in people.
Hey, Stein, there's a dead body here. You should check it out.
Okay, I checked the butty.
No, not the buddy, the body.
That's what I said. The body.
No, not the booty, the body.
All right, make your medicine check.
Do I have help or no?
I'm not proficient.
Also not proficient.
Nope.
I mean, I can. If you need help that desperately, I can channel divinity and give you help. But is it really worth the divinity? You're checking out a corpse.
So, Stein, as you're looking over, this appears to be a half-elf corpse. Female. Cause of death is likely the fact that the throat's been completely slit open. And the presence of a dagger in her right hand would suggest, with the blood on it and all, that it was self-inflicted.
She slit her own throat?
Apparently.
Dang,
Well,
that's
that would
fucking
explain why
hard.
they haven't been open for a while.
Okay, wait.
Does she happen to have 2 small holes in the back of her head?
No.
Like 9 millimeters in size.
No, although she does have a small hole on either side of her head.
Here's the question I have.
It's really hard to
Does
cut
it
your own
actually?
throat. Though that's the thing because
Yeah. Does this look staged?
yeah, it's really hard to cut your own throat.
Make an investigation check, then.
That was the joke.
Guidance.
Help. And so Teresa's better at it than you, Stein, by the way.
Hold on.
Okay.
The archer is a better investigator than the wizard.
Yes.
Oh, I'm never gonna let him live this down.
He had
Guidance.
expertise in investigation. I only had advantage.
Oh, I had guidance too, didn't I?
Yes.
29. I'm really good at rolling 11s and 10s on the d20s.
So,
Perfectly average.
from the way the body fell, the way the blood kind of pooled out, and the coloration on like the shells and the like, it would appear that she was standing here when she cut her own throat, and then stood there until collapsing from blood loss. But as far as you can tell, like the body wasn't touched after that moment. She died, and no one's touched her since.
Doesn't make sense.
All right. What does the story in the
Hey,
room say?
Wait.
Not just the investigation of the body. What does the story in the room say?
Oh, hold on. They slit their own throat, stood there, and then fell over when the blood loss was finally enough to cause them to collapse.
Apparently, yes.
Which means they were probably charmed in doing so.
Yeah.
They didn't do it on their
Well,
own
it can't be
means.
charm because charm won't let you harm yourself.
Well, there's other mind
Neither
control
will-
methods.
Well,
Neither will
there's
suggestion.
actually an entire slew of ways that could have occurred.
Dominator
Enchantment
will it.
spells is not the only cause.
Well, I
Dominator
was
will it.
saying charm as a broad spectrum. I wasn't saying specifically the fucking charm spell. She didn't do it on her own free will. Somebody
Okay.
made her do it. That's all I was saying.
Right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I'm aware charm doesn't let you harm yourself.
Gotcha. My bad.
So what does the rest of the room say in respect to the expectation of there being another person here?
As far as you can tell, based on that, this was a relatively well kept like storage area for like haberdashery components. That based on the dust, hasn't had anyone in here in the past couple of weeks.
Okay, so whoever killed her did it and walked away and never came back. If somebody else killed her. All right, I guess we should check the rest of the place out.
And this is just to confirm some of our evidence. This is all connected directly to the Undead musical.
Yes, through the power of DM intervention.
Wait, DM intervention? What?
I didn't know the DM has an intervention. So much better than the Barrett.
It's the
I would
plot we're
agree.
following.
So the
He's
vampire
giving
could
us
have
the-
mind fucked this.
Right. No, I get that. I want to confirm that all that like the stuff I have down here is correct.
Okay,
This
so
is all
going back
related,
to the
but
Hall
maybe
of
not-
Records. Going back to the Hall of Records, we found the name of the family that owned the amphitheater that we Scooby-Dooed through.
Right.
That family all died except for one, and that person took ownership of the amphitheater, and then they died not too long after taking ownership of the amphitheater. The head guard at the time was this person's great-great-grandfather. So my thought process is to see if maybe he had any notes on the suspicious death of the last individual to own the amphitheater. That's what led us to here. So indirectly, they are related.
Okay. I've gotcha. I missed part of that, and so I felt like we were doing an investigation backwards, where we've solved the mystery, and now we're working back through the evidence.
Gilbert,
Okay,
is
but
it-
I
did you
get
get-
what you're saying. Okay,
Did you get mixed up because we took a 15-minute detour on how to skin a family of 12?
that also may have interfered with
that- I
my
feel like that
understanding
would,
of events.
That really kind of threw a wrench in things.
I'm sure our
So
party got some
there is
funny
one other
looks
bit of
talking about
information that you guys might want to know.
that.
The
Somebody's in here.
the face of this half elf looks exactly like that woman you fought on the stage.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be pretty
Hilarious.
important.
and didn't that one turn to dust?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, should we see if the mask turns it back on? Put the mask up to her face and see what happens.
Wait,
I'm bored. Why not?
hold on. Before we do that,
Oh, you were taking me serious?
I've learned to not doubt any of the shit you people say. Oh, no, I was gonna say, do we have Speak with Dead, or any other kind of magic that might be useful in this case?
Would,
Mr. Wizard.
I feel like she wouldn't be really keen on talking to the people that murdered her.
We didn't murder her. We defended ourselves. There's a big difference. Murdering means
Also-
you sought them out and killed them.
Also, by the sounds of it, there's something else going on here. Obviously,
She was undead in the amphitheater. If anything, we put her soul to rest.
Yeah. We were beneficial to her existence. So, does our paladin have speak with dead or our wizard?
I think. What level spell is it?
Third.
It's
Well,
third. I
look,
know.
is it a wizard?
no, it
It's
is
not
not
a wizard spell, it
it's
doesn't
No,
have
it's
to
a
be
bardic
cleric
cleric.
spell. It's a cleric spell.
Yeah. So he would
So
have
the
to get a spell
paladin would
scroll
have
of
it.
it.
I do not have it.
No, it's bard or cleric.
It is a bard and cleric spell. It is also actually a wizard spell through Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, apparently, if I'm understanding this correctly.
Oh yeah, because Tasha's expanded a bunch of spells list.
Yep.
Yeah? Well, then he would know it. He knows all 3rd level wizard spells. Do
Okay.
you have it prepared?
I mean, given that he didn't know he had it, I doubt it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
I don't
figured I'd
have it
ask.
prepared. Yeah, I wouldn't have it prepared. 'cause-
Oh yeah, I know that spell. I don't have it prepared because I didn't know I had that spell.
It's in there somewhere. It's in my book. I didn't know.
Useless fucking wizard.
He's reached the apex of wizardry where he has so many spells he doesn't know what he knows.
Yeah.
He's just been mindlessly writing them to a spell book.
Yeah, I mean, I know all first, damn near all 4th too. So
That looks fancy. Scribble, scribble.
Pretty much. All right. Well, if we want to talk to her, we'll have to wait till Stein can prepare that tomorrow. So we should check the rest of this haberdashery. You better not.
how about
Is there a basement where this blood would have been draining into through the floorboards?
You're in the
We're
basement.
In the basement.
The dirt floored
Oh.
basement.
The first place that I looked for was a basement because that's typically where storage would be. So if we're looking for her great-great-grandfather's notes, they would be in storage. Hence why I went to the basement and discovered a dead body.
Gotcha.
We haven't been anywhere else in the house, so there's probably an attic as well.
We are going to be visible from the street if we start going upstairs. So we should probably not all do that and only have 2 or 3 people at a time.
Wait, how badly
Well-
decomposed is this body?
It's not that decomposed. It's only a week or 2 old.
And we don't smell it? Like it's not like really stinking up the room?
It is, but there's also like open vats of chemicals down here for the haberdashery.
Right, haberdashery. Duh. Oh my god.
Yeah, tanning leather.
So there's
yeah,
tannin, there's dyes, there's acids, and there's quicksilver down
Yeah.
here.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why. My brain is thinking, oh yeah, the corpse in the stinky basements can right.
No, it
Corpse
just
in the
smells like
stinky
chemicals that
basement
make
of-
you go insane.
I feel like the neurons in my brain aren't properly aligned today.
Have you been sipping from the quicksilver?
I certainly hope not.
All right.
Hopefully
When we were at the front of the store, when we were talking to that guard, what was the front of the store like in terms of windows and etc.?
I mean, it was a pretty typical like retail outlet type space. Like they had some hats on display, like on like little mannequin poles. It looked like there was like some place inside, like you would expect for like a tailor with like mirrors and the like, so you could put like a hat on and look at it. Place where people could take measurements, that type of thing.
Like a haberdashery, if you will.
Yeah, but my curiosity more so was the what Teresa had brought up. If we attempt to investigate the building entirely, how visible would the interior be from the street?
Well, that part would be pretty visible from the street because there's big open windows. However, you guys came in through the back, which is a hallway, and immediately to the left when you came in were 2 doors, and on your right was another door, and then it would open up into that frontal area. In the back of that hallway, it's kind of dark, especially given the late afternoon, and you're not that visible from there.
All right.
And
so
as you
there's
went down the
up.
stairs, you would have seen that to your right is a set of reverse stairs going up. Like you can see the underside of the stairs going up.
All right. Yeah, let's go for them. We don't need to investigate the haberdashery. We're more interested in their personal effects.
Okay. Yeah, so you go back up, you open the door to the right of the basement door, which looks to lead to a narrow set of stairs heading upwards, which leads to a landing with 3 doors. One directly opposite the stairs, and one to the left and one to the right.
Left.
All right, you go to the left. It opens up into what looks to be an office. Papers and parchments are scattered all about. With it has like one of those like classic roll-up desks. The desk is rolled up, and you can see that it looks like the shelves are ajar. There is like a bookcase where various books have been just tossed to the ground. There's a scattering of paper all over the place. Ink pots.
Looks like somebody tossed the place.
Yes.
All right. We will follow suit and toss the place.
Okay, make an investigation check.
What is a shelf, not a shelf?
I mean, that's a shelfless question.
I'm getting help and guidance again? Question mark.
Yep, guidance.
The answer is when it's ajar.
So you start looking through these things, and you realize that these are not business records. These, in fact, appear to be pieces in paper, like scraps of fiction, stories. It would appear that she had been writing serialized, fictional true crime stories.
Oh, she's so interesting.
They
Any smut?
happen to be about a vampire.
A vampire?
It's
A
all
couple
true
of them,
crime?
yes.
That's all she wrote?
That's all she wrote.
How good are these stories?
They're kind of schlocky, like typical noir, Dick Tracy type stories. It appears, as you kind of look through the bookshelf, that she was using her great-great-grandfather's journals as reference material.
Yeah, excellent.
I was gonna say I've seen this in an anime before. She knows exactly nothing about what she's writing about, but she's always right.
All right. There's one question I have to ask. Do one of these stories bear an unsettling resemblance to the current events that are playing out around us?
No.
Okay, we don't have to worry about the God story then. All right. Well, I'd like to pick up all of her stories and best I can put them in order and put them in my my portfolio of paperwork.
Okay.
I'm gonna want to read those at some point.
Yeah, they'll be interesting to read, and like that's the reason I keep the portfolio of paperwork. It's just a bunch of random shit we've encountered over the years. But then let's take a look at the great great grandfather's journals. Are any of them missing? It would seem.
Well, as you go through with a 34 of your investigation skill, you would find out that there is only one gap in the journals. It's covering his basically his entire working life. And the journal that appears to be missing is the one that covers the time frame of the death of the Ella Karen family and Divisor.
Is it missing because there are no entries about it, or is it missing because there are pages torn out?
There are
guessing
pages
there's a
torn
whole-
out.
I figured it'd be a whole book was missing.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, basically the whole volume, like it goes from volume 7 to volume 9. But yeah, it's the same effect. Like, pages torn out, a book is literally missing in the lineup.
Thunder, given my background in the City Watch, would this suspicious lack of concrete evidence and the things pointing to a tampered with crime scene be enough for us to get the City Watch involved and us get compensation for it?
Okay, so the journals, there's nothing there as far as City Watch stuff is concerned. For all you know, she simply misplaced it. The dead body in the basement, oh yeah, that'll get them involved, but you're not getting compensated for it. If anything, you're going to be the first suspect. You're the foreign adventurers, and you happen to find a local businesswoman dead in her basement.
Well,
Yeah.
she's been dead for weeks, and we got here a day ago.
I was gonna say, yeah, we can cover that real quick and easy. We've only been in town for so long, and the guard seen us come to the front door. So nobody's seen us come to the back door, which we can cover our tracks, leave, and go through the back door, and then send a missing persons report because I never told the guard the reason we were looking for Urish.
Well, I say the
And
hell
so
with the
put
City
up-
Watch. Let's just find a culprit and then blackmail them.
Yeah, and the other thing is I don't really care about getting compensation from the City Watch for some dead person. I don't know who they are. I'm only interested in what they know. Well, they're dead. They can't tell me much. So what they
but
know is now that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was thinking more we get paid for giving them a big lead and then help them finish it out so that we can steal whatever's left in the treasure they probably are keeping hidden somewhere if they're
It'd be
hiding
easier
out
to
by the
rob
sea.
the castle. If you want money that bad, we could just rob the castle. We've already
No,
broken
not
into
all.
one fortress.
Look,
I mean,
in the
between yourself, myself, we can pretty much go anywhere without anybody even knowing we exist.
I'm pretty sneaky as well.
Like, I was in a city watch. I'd feel bad if we robbed a castle, because that means we're probably taking the money from the treasury, which is used to pay the city watch.
Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, I know. I
You're
can
in
be
the wrong
delusional.
party.
I can be delusional and pretend to have morals.
Under how many
Good way to put
pages
it.
of Norrare stories are there?
50.
Ooh.
Appears she's been at this for quite some time.
I have a lot more paper in my portfolio now.
Yeah, she apparently was using a pen name. Detective Z, retired.
Ah. Is that also the name of the character in these stories?
Yes. You know, it kind of bills itself as like it's obviously fiction, but
Right.
it's in the lens of the author recounting this fictional career that they've had.
Right.
All right.
No.
Well, let's check the rest of the upstairs,
Actually,
and then
if
we'll.
if we do run out of leads, I can pick up a pen name and start writing a similar serialized true crime story and see if we can get our perpetrator to come after me. They were in town just a couple weeks ago. They're still probably in the area.
All right. We'll keep that on the backup. All right. What's behind door number 2?
Well, do you want to go to the one straight ahead from the stairs or the one to the right?
Straight ahead.
All right, straight ahead. That opens up to a bedroom. It appears to be a somewhat modest place. A wardrobe and a real ugly statue of what appears to be an owl, just kind of perched on the like the chest at the end of the bed. As you look closer, you realize that it's a really finely made statue, but by God, is that owl ugly?
Or petrified.
I mean, or that.
All right. Does this room look similarly tossed?
Yes.
All right. We toss it as well.
Okay. You find 2 sets of fine clothing, 3 sets of just traveling clothes, a spare set of bed linens, and 132 gold pieces.
All right. I don't remember finding any gold up here. But what else was was there any paperwork documentation or indication of such in the room? You know, ink,
No.
pen. No. Okay. All right. Any? I guess since we retossed the room, I guess we should go through and double check to see if there's any hidden compartments or anything.
Sure.
Check for secrets.
Make an investigation check.
Burger.
Yep.
Help and guidance.
Yes, I can provide the guidance.
So you're looking at about
Get 30.
and kind of like in like near the bed, but not quite under it. You do find that one of the floorboards is a little loose.
Ah, slip. I'd like to make it more loose.
Okay. Yeah, you pry it up. You notice that as it comes up, it does so with like almost no sound at all.
It's on well-oiled nails.
Well, it's not nailed in at all. It was more or less just resting there. And when you look inside, how to describe this? You see several dozen slowly decaying owl pellets.
Interesting.
Whoa, Jinx.
No. All right. I'm assuming they're in various states of decay.
Yeah.
All right. Who knows a thing or two about animal feces that they could determine how old the most recent one is? Because I sure as fuck don't.
Man, I got really excited for animal handling, and then I heard you mention feces. I'm like, I don't think animal handling works on that.
It's going to be a survival check.
I could take a crack at it. I'm not great, but
I got a plus
got a
7
plus
to
6.
survival.
oh yeah, you do it then.
I'm sure somebody can help you. Are you
I have
proficiency?
guidance. That's
Yeah,
what
I can help.
do.
Wait,
All right.
what's
So
up?
help and
I
guidance.
got a plus 10
Wait,
to survival.
Yeah, okay, I can help Thumas then.
2 minutes,
Perfect.
and then somebody can guidance them.
Yep, guidance. When
Is
we're
it-
such a helpful group, we actually need to figure out who's most helpful.
I believe that'd be Freeman. I think he has the most proficiencies.
Yes, he's the
Oh,
most
yeah.
generally helpful.
Oh, I did not do that correctly. I'm sorry.
That is correct. You did not do that correctly.
You successfully label the roll of 2.
KH1 plus
KH.
10 plus D4.
No space between the 2 and the D20.
Additionally, no space between the 10 plus D4.
Yeah, I get it. I realize. Fuck off.
Still not as bad as his brother.
That's very true.
Perfect.
I mean, it looks like that the youngest owl pellet's been sitting there for like a couple of weeks.
All right. I was trying to narrow the time frame down, but looks like we can't with it.
A couple is in 2 or a couple is in 2 to 5?
A couple as in 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so the same time frame we have for the body and the dust. We are not narrowing it down by much. All right. So there's nothing else in there other than owl shit.
It does not appear so.
Interesting.
Wait. Do they have a house plant of any type?
No.
Shit, I was going to say speak to plants if we have that.
All right. Well, that's the end of the line for this room. So what's behind door number 3?
Door number 3 opens up to a nicely appointed office with various hats, kind of hung on pegs, and an office table desk set up as if to with chairs on both sides so that one side could be visitors. And you can see that this room has also been tossed, though all the paperwork that's been pulled out of the desk appear to just be business ledgers, the last date of which is exactly 12 days ago. It appears it was a daily ledger.
We have our window narrowed down somewhat successfully. Who was their last customer that was noted?
When you look through there, the last customer is noted is coming for a consultation on a custom hat named Rubati. And you see in parentheses, foreigner, after it.
That's racist.
Oh.
All right.
Locationist.
Calling someone a foreigner isn't racist. It just means they're not from the area. Calling someone a knife ears is racist.
Isn't Teresa an elf?
Yes.
Freeman chuckles when she says that. All right. Well, I think we I mean, anybody think of anything? Oh yeah, we should grab all the journals. How many were there of her great grandfather's journals?
There was about 20 journals, kind of covering like his total career.
All right. Is that 20 total volumes or 21 volumes and 20 books we can grab?
There are 21 total volumes. There are 20 books available.
Okay.
You are missing volume 9, as I said.
8.
Eight,
But,
yes. Yeah. So I stopped like, wait, that's not right.
Yeah. Stein, do you want to note that down? Put it-
Yeah.
Chuck it in the bag of holding.
If we're missing volume 8,
What am I dropping
now
in my
what?
bag of holding again? Tell me. Write it down so I'll know what I'm writing.
If we're missing volume 8, now what has 7 done to 9 that would warrant 6 being afraid of it?
What was the? Did we put that in chat? Udis, yes, we did. Oh, I did it too, Under. That work for you, Stein?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. Well, let's anybody have anything else they think of? Otherwise, we should go back to bed and then wake up in the morning and see if we can track down Rabadi.
No, Rabadi seems to be the only lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last person she's seen.
I'm just going to spend the rest of the noon going around being seen in different districts, or a different district, so that we have an alias if someone does, for whatever reason, look into this. So yeah, I checked by the place, guards saw us walk away, and then we went to this other place.
Well, like I said, I mean, I'm just going to probably file a missing persons. Nobody's seen us come in the back. We went to the front door. Guard seen us go to the front door. And then we went about our business. And
Yeah,
then the next day we'll send a report saying, this person's probably missing. You guys should check it out.
Yeah, just one more thing to corroborate our story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, as we're leaving Under, I'll make sure we cover our tracks, remove any footprints in the dust, etc. of our own being there.
Before we leave, would it be worth it to ping a couple divine senses?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, then how many rooms did we search? Just 3?
Well, how big are the rooms? Could he stand in that hallway between the 3 doorways?
It's like a
and divine
30-foot
senses?
radius, isn't it?
60 foot.
60 foot. Yeah, you'd just be able to stand, like with the doors open, you'd be able to stand like the center hallway and one would hit the whole upper floor.
Okay. I do that
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, actually, does it detect celestial? I think it does, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
Hold on. Which feature?
The location
Divine
of any
sense.
celestial fiend
Yes, it
undead
does.
within 60 foot.
That owl statue is a celestial.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
That's probably petrified familiar if I had to guess.
Do we
Familiars can
have-
be celestial.
Do we have
should
greater?
should have access to it. Question mark.
That'd be a swag thing. Swag, do you have greater restoration yet? Or is that next
Nope.
level? Oh no, we leveled up. Did you get it?
Nope.
We're leveled up. What level are we?
15.
All of us?
The main party's 15. Lucina and Swag are like what, 16 or 17?
Alright, I gotta
16.
adjust that real quick.
Yeah, we leveled up last session.
168246. That should be your XP suit.
Mm,
Did you get a bigger rock?
well, I only have the one.
I wasn't talking about your weapon.
I don't know. Are you going to get me a bigger rack?
Thinking about it. All right, but yeah, Teresa does raise a good point after we run through this, and then so do we want to grab the statue and try restoring it, or leave it
Yeah.
for the guards? Grab it. Okay. Pop the portable hole, throw them in there.
Place it in the portable hole.
I'll throw them
Place.
I'll
right next to all the
place it.
explosives.
Throwing is a great way to fracture it and, ruin any chance of success.
All right. And then yeah, Swag should probably do a divine sense in the basement, and then since it does bring up a fair point, I'll pop a detect magic. I'll just hotcast to save some time, and walk through the upstairs.
Okay, you pop a detect magic. There is nothing registering on magical.
Okay. Then I'll head downstairs with Swag, and check down there, and then I'll start covering tracks in the upstairs and moving our presence.
Okay. You guys make your exit, covering your presence. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Everybody?
No, just him. He's the one covering your tracks.
26.
All right.
I was about to say, oh shucks. Oh, wait a minute.
All right. Yeah, you guys leave, leaving basically no trace behind.
And then yeah, run to the basement with the text.
That's how we roll.
I'll run to the basement with the detect magic running and see if anything pings down there.
No, nothing pings down there.
All right. Swag, gonna pop a celestial beacon down there. You can say you're doing it, and then Under will hear you say you're doing it.
Did you not hear me say that?
No, I didn't.
I don't think
Okay,
he's
I
doing it.
am doing it. Yes.
Okay. I all I heard was Ruffles suggested. Anyway, yeah, so you go down there. No, you don't detect anything.
Okay.
All right. I continue covering tracks from the basement up, and yep, unlock the back door with the key. And I will, since we're now going to be reporting this as a missing person, put the key back on the hook and relock the door with my thieves' tools from the outside.
All right, we'll make your thieves' tools check then.
$26.
Yeah, there's no problem at all with locking it.
All right. Well, Teresa, what part of town would you say we should visit? The market? Go check on the sailors in the port? Burger? Oh, you're
That
here.
is actually a good idea if we're looking for something shady happening.
Yeah, and
Going off
they
the-
would they would have the gossip of any travelers. Yeah, we head to the port to drink. To be seen.
To see and to be seen. And I'm gonna start drafting up some like true crime novel. Is there any like people person who can turn what's more or less a an incident report into an actual story?
Huh?
Like I'm gonna start drafting up my own true crime thing in case we run out of leads to try and lure whoever's went after what's her name. Like sort of picking up where she got killed and had to leave it off. to try and lure the killer to me instead of having them assume that they're done with the city and just skip town.
Okay.
It's not likely to work, but it's better than nothing.
Wait, I just want to make sure I heard this correctly. Your plan is to release a pulp noir story with suspiciously all the clues that might draw in the killer if they happen to read it, be like, oh fuck, how does this new person know about those details?
In medieval times.
Yes, I'm using myself as bait.
That is
I'm not
incredibly tropey, and I love it.
I'm not releasing the story yet, but I'm starting on it because they take time.
All right. Well, yeah, you can start working on that.
Then yeah, we'll head to the port to be seen, and we can ask around and a couple of sailors that are there to see who's all been through town that stood out. Because don't often mark somebody in your appointment book as foreigner in parentheses after the name.
Actually, that is a good point. How many other people were listed as foreigners in that book?
Oh, I have it.
A couple. But it was the last name that he asked about. But yeah, though there's a couple every now and then that are just listed as foreign.
But not
so
often.
It's uncommon, but not unique.
It's uncommon, but not rare.
Yep. And I didn't specify that I should have. I did take the ledger.
Okay.
Like just the appointment book, the receipts and everything I didn't touch, but the appointment book I did.
Right. Yeah, because you don't want the guard to accidentally solve this. You want to do it yourselves. Got it.
Exactly.
So you take all the evidence.
Precisely. Yeah, let's see. We took the journal, all of the Norer stories, the Celestial Owl, and the ledger. The only thing we left was the body. Or did we take that too?
No, you left the body. You didn't touch it.
I know. I was.
But all right, you start going around the docks, kind of questioning people. Give me a persuasion check.
Well, I was specifically looking for bars that sailors would drink in, like the dock bars.
Yeah, the dock bars. Yeah. Well, it'd still be a persuasion check.
All right.
Are you going to be spreading money around, or just trying to talk people?
We'll start with talking people, and then we'll use the gold persuasion.
I'd buy him a drink or two. Toss a couple silver around.
Yeah, a couple silver around. We'll switch to gold if it doesn't pan out. All right. Who's our persuasive? Because not me.
Aha.
Say our paladin is the persuasive one.
+10.
Ah.
All right. The paladin's the face of the party once again. We don't have to lie for this. We're just asking questions.
I mean, right. That's why you make the paladin the face.
You just could wear
My
his face.
chance is the person I am asking.
You're
A
asking
dwarf?
around. You're asking around.
Okay.
You're not asking any one person. You're just asking around.
Okay. Anybody want to help?
I mean, I am with silver. I'm buying them drinks, and you're talking to them.
On a scale of 1 to proficient with persuasion, I am not proficient with persuasion.
Indeed.
Did
Do I need to
nobody
talk to
take
people?
Persuasion?
Look, I got to have
Yeah,
Apparently
good
not.
stats.
You're the honest person. I'm the dishonest person.
I got to have 2 good stats. Neither of them were charisma.
All right. So you start talking to people and start buying them some drinks. Over the course of a couple hours, you probably spend a grand total of 2 gold asking about, like, what are some of like the weirdest foreigners that they've seen come through, the most standoutish. And you get some, there's some gnomes that came through, maybe a month or so back. And this one guy's like, no. I got one that beats all of you. About 3 weeks ago or so, I had this woman on my ship from, get this, the Confederation of Arcazar, of all places. I mean, she must have been some kind of, like, refugee undead or something. Like, half her face was rotted off. Real nasty shit. And yeah, she was coming here.
This individual happen to have a name?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck did she give her a name as? Rigatti, something like that.
Yeah, all right. Interesting.
Did it happen to be this part of the face? Covers up the part that the mask would cover up.
Yeah, you must have seen her around town or something, because that's exactly right.
All right. Well, did you happen to know what she was coming to town for?
I think she said she was meeting friends or business associate. I don't ask a lot of those types of questions, you understand.
Oh, no, all good. I was just curious if you might have overheard. You have a wonderful...
She was traveling alone, so nothing really much to overhear.
Indeed. Well, I think we'll bid her our dues, head back to the inn. And I'll give the gentleman that actually gave us useful information another 3 gold, and let him know, like, yeah, we weren't asking you any questions, of course.
He looks at the 3 gold, looks up at the bar, and he's like, by the time I get through with the first of this, I'm not even going to remember that we ever met. And he gets up, starts walking to the bar like, I want the strongest drink you got. And he slams like a gold piece on the bar.
Oh, he just made that man tonight, and then he's going to hit us in the morning when he has to nurse the hangover.
You think he's not going to be drinking through the entire night? You think the bars close around the docks?
Or he'll hit us in 2 days when the hangover kicks in. Maybe 3 if he's tougher than I think he is.
I mean, 3 gold, we just basically gave him like 2 weeks' salary.
And he basically implied he's going to drink all of it in a couple of days.
Excellent. All right, yeah, we'll head back to the inn, call her a night, and go about our business that we've planned out in the morning.
All right. You go back to your inn. You go down. Again, your dreams are filled with operatic, lights and music. The morning comes. You've all had a rather peaceful and relaxing long rest. Ipfon, you wake up with that mask on your face again.
Okay.
Under quick question for Friedman, specifically for the dream stuff. Is this a form of telepathy?
No.
Okay. Just checking. There's a ring of mind shielding, so if it was, he wouldn't be dreaming.
Assuming sit up falls off again.
Yep. Just like yesterday.
I try and put it back on again.
Okay, yeah, you put on the porcelain's cool on your face.
Does nothing?
No, when you take your hand away, it just kind of falls off into your hand.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. Well, Freeman is going to cook up a persona and quick background and a disguise, roughly looking like himself that the guard would have seen, to go to whoever the head of the guard is right now to report a missing person. My dear family friend was supposed to be in her shop, and she was not.
Okay.
I'd also like to take a few moments to forge a letter from her to solidify that, my visit would have aligned with her being home.
Okay.
Because she was totally supposed to be home a while ago.
Well, no, I mean, like, right now.
Would I
Well,
be able to
remember,
use?
you'd want there to be a discrepancy period. Otherwise, how long has she really been missing? If you want them to look into it.
As long as she hasn't been in her shop, which the guard on the corner was aware of her being gone for X days, I was expecting her to be in town in
Right.
this week that we're
That's what
here.
I'm saying. You want that to like match up within a period that they're going to look and go, that's weird, not just they're on a business trip.
Yeah, that's the point of the letter.
Yeah. You want it to be overdue.
No. I want it to be right now, when this week that we're in town. We were expected to visit her, and she had in the letter indicated she would be in town this week.
What Gilbert's saying is you want her letter to be saying that she would be in town by now, so she should have been back previously, not
Exactly.
she's still gone.
Otherwise, they might look at that and go, "There's just
The letter's
she's
going
had
to
a
indicate
delay."
she had no business trip planned or anything. She was going to be in town for the next several months. Like it's there's going to be no mention of her leaving. Like it should indicate that she's been in town for as long as she's been missing up to this date. You're overcomplicating it.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be as complicated as it is.
I'm simply writing a letter, forging it with her, her signature, because Freeman does have the ledger, so and the Norware, so anywhere she signed, he can forge her signature to solidify it. But basically, yeah, the letter's just going to indicate that she was not planning on leaving town anytime soon, and that she would be around and available for my visit. That's it. Nothing more needs to be added to it.
While we're on the letter, though, would I be able to use background as a city watch and expert in investigation to help, like, kind of proofread and look for anything that someone would look for to spot a forgery, so that they can be edited out?
I'm a mastermind rogue with proficiency in forgery.
Yeah, more just giving advantage.
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right, I mock up a letter.
Okay. Well,
with Teresa's help.
Okay. So yeah, you mock up your letter, and you're going to the guards.
Oh yeah, wherever, like we've been around town a little bit now, so we kind of have an idea where the highest ranking individuals would most likely be, or somebody that would take a missing persons report.
Yeah, I mean normally you would just take a missing persons report to, like, the local precinct.
Yep. Yeah, so whatever would be local to the cover district.
Yeah, you take it there, and the guard's like, "Oh, well, that's unfortunate. We can definitely look into this. How do you know that they aren't just on a business trip or something?"
Oh, then I'd present the letter and say, well, they indicated that they weren't planning on leaving anytime soon.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make your advantaged deception check with your forgery stuff. Oh. And the guard's like, "Oh, well, do you mind leaving that letter here?"
No, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll get right on this.
Yep. Thank you very much. And then I'll leave. Let's see, what name should I go with? Scroll down the wheel of names I have. Tedric.
All right, Tedric. Well, I'll. Are you staying here in town?
Yeah. So staying at such and such inn. Tedric Cobblepot.
Okay. Well, give us, a week or so to look into this, and we'll contact you at the inn.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll be in town for, and I'll look over at Stein. How long did you say we needed? Stein. Mister?
Yeah.
My character is looking at you, indicating how long are we planning on staying in town?
It's up to y'all. I don't give a shit. I gotta inscribe spells, but other than that,
We're in town because you're getting spell scrolls made.
okay. What am I making this time?
You're not making them. You're getting them made.
Last I heard it was 4 weeks.
Oh, these are the ones I ordered.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You of all people would have the best estimate of
I
how
need
much time.
14 days anyway, and I can copy all 5th level spells.
2 work weeks. So we've been here for 2 days. So another 14 days we'll be in town.
Right. If that's cool with the party.
Oh yeah, we're staying for you to get those 4th level spells so that
All right, yeah.
you have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, once Stein thinks it over and it's like, oh yeah, we'll be here for another 14 days. Then Friedman will thank the guard for his time and, start heading out of the shop.
All right. The guard tells you, give us a week. We'll contact you. And yeah, you then leave.
All right, let's see if we can track down Rabadi.
Yeah, has Mister what was it prepared that one spell? I forgot the name of.
Speak with dead. I don't think it would
Yeah.
be advisable to break back into the place we just told the guard somebody is missing from.
True.
It wouldn't be ideal.
I think maybe we should have spoken with the dead and then told the guard. That's what I've done.
Maybe, but too late to fix that. We could go back to the cathedral, see if there's any bodies there that would give us some insight.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Or not the cathedral, the amphitheater. I keep thinking it's a church.
I mean, in Scooby-Doo, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah. There's also a non-zero chance, given this thing is a desecrated mask, that there will be more undead there. 'Cause there's someone or something behind the scenes.
Yep. Yeah, let's head back to the amphitheater.
All right. You head back to the amphitheater. It looks just as abandoned as it was before.
Legally speaking, is going onto the amphitheater's property considered trespassing?
Yes, but there would have to be someone to complain about the trespassing for it to really be an issue.
All right. Oh, good enough for me. All right. Who's taking point? Or no, he's on first.
What's the name of the guy in second again?
I hate you both.
I think Ipfon should take point. He's the one in the shiny armor with a shield.
And he has a
Or-
light.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
go on,
wasn't
big
paying
shiny man. We're back at the amphitheater with the undead. We're gonna check if there's any more clues to be had here, or bodies to get information out of. Go ahead and take point.
We gonna split up
Okay.
again?
It's not quite time to get that silly.
Fair enough.
I'm far too tired for that.
Fair enough. Onward.
Okay.
We advance into the sort of known.
Yeah, so you go into the amphitheater. The atrium looks much the same as it did before. The doors leading to the central stage area ajar. Down in there, you can see the destroyed corpses that you had left behind before. Faint wisps of dirt on the carpet lead out to the rear graveyard. Many of the graves still torn up. The graves in the back still looking pristine.
Wait, there are still bodies?
Only the woman's body turned to dust. All the other zombies, when you killed them, just kind of crumpled to the ground and are still there.
Yeah, we just let the bodies hit the floor.
Should probably use Speak with Dead on those.
Does it work on undead?
Maybe.
Well, Stein's the intelligent wizard, so I think he would know. Also, he's a vampire, so he should also know.
No, yeah, probably.
Technically, he's just a dampier.
I
Well,
mean,
Stein, what do you
the corpse just has to have a mouth and can't be undead.
Yeah.
And that's currently undead, not previously undead. Like the corpse of a zombie will work fine because now it's
Yes.
just back to being a corpse. All right.
Yeah.
So are you gonna?
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast it. A fell light kind of takes the eyes of the undead as it kind of you drag the soul of the creature back to its body. You get to ask it 5 questions.
Stein.
Oh, me?
You cast it. You have to ask the questions.
Oh, fuck. What am I asking this thing?
Whatever you like.
Oh, that's 4.
Fuck y'all guys. Fuck y'all. Does that count as a question?
Ah,
Yes.
No!
Straight out of the fucking movie.
I'm disappointed in you.
Stein, please. Just ask it something.
Who
An
reanimated
intelligent question.
Yeah.
I don't have an intelligent question.
them?
Who are you?
reanimated their
In
bodies?
character.
Someone else tell me what to ask it out of character because I don't know what to ask it in character. That's what I'm saying.
Ask it,
You
who are
haven't been
you?
following the entirety of the session, the investigation that we're partaking in right now?
Well,
Who reanimated the bodies?
I did.
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, that is a good question. Who reanimated the bodies?
A woman came and did it.
That had to be the elf lady that we found in there that was dead. Or the vampire that we killed.
where did she come and do it?
Where did she what?
Where did she come and do it? Where did she come and revive and bring them back?
Oh, probably the cemetery right outside the.
Yes, but ask, because this one also looks different. Well, it looks like the same one as the dead. Wait, no, this is one of the zombies. That one turned to dust. Never mind.
We also know that the bodies were walking out of the cemetery, so they would have been reanimated probably in their graves.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to whisper this part to Freemond. Freemond, what was the name of the haberdasher?
Urish?
Ask what the body knows of Urish.
Ask him if it knows who Urish is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I ask under. It doesn't know who Urish is.
No.
I mean, that would make sense because they're probably just corpses that was out there in the grave. They probably only know what they've seen since they've been reanimated.
If anything, they would know the great-great-grandfather of Urish, who was the captain of the guard at the time of their deaths. That we know.
Udis.
No, it's just a
You
foreman.
know, I have a question not for the corpse. Why the fuck are we doing it on a corpse instead of the dead haberdasher?
Because we told them that the haberdasher is now a missing person. So if we go in, break in, start talking to the corpse.
I mean, why didn't we report the body after we interviewed the body?
Oversight.
Well, I mean, if they have the same thing to like bring the dead back and answer.
That sounds like Gilbert. That sounds like you expected us to have some kind of plan. We don't do plans well.
Also, if they went to talk to Urish's corpse and we had done it in the last 10 days, it wouldn't work for them and they would know someone had been tampering with the area.
Who's the last person you saw? Some fucking dwarf? A Dhampir? Some other schmucks?
Yeah, if we tell him, ask him who's the last person he saw, he's gonna say us because he was fighting us when we killed him.
No, that one disintegrated.
The backup dancers are who we're talking to right now. They didn't disintegrate.
Right. He was talking about the haberdasher who looks like the person that disintegrated who was leading the backup dancers.
Yeah.
Would things that they saw in Undeath count as information they knew in life for the purpose of the spell?
No.
Well, yeah. They knew who raised them. Some woman. We already asked that question. And they answered.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, they would know that.
Okay.
So, I mean, we only have one more question.
Perhaps why were they raised?
They wouldn't know that. They're thralls.
Well, they might not know explicitly. They might have seen something.
Yeah, if we had more questions, which we can always raise a different corpse and ask them, it would be more pertinent to figure out what their name is, go find their gravestone.
I suppose we could ask, did you see anything strange after you were raised? And we can just kind of use that question and work back from there with the other corpses.
They're going to answer yes. Ask them, what strange things did you see while you were raised?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, what strange things did you see after you were raised by this
Did you see anything strange when you were raised? Yes, Amir.
That might also need us to define range if we ask that, but I can't think of a better way to word it.
Well, let's ask the corpse.
Well, Stein, what do you ask it?
What's the last question?
Did you see the lady who raised you doing anything strange?
Besides, okay.
Well, what strange things did you see the lady who raised you do?
Okay, that's what I asked.
She had us rehearse for a reopening. A musical of some kind.
Okay, that actually helps.
And then the corpse just flops to the ground.
Oh, sounds like she was in the thrall of this mask that wants us to dance for whatever in our dreams.
Okay, so who wants to bite the bullet and put the mask on?
Well, Ipfon tried. This morning he woke up, it fell off his face, and he put it back on, and nothing happened.
Perhaps
he's a paladin,
attuning
maybe?
to it.
Oh, good shot.
Out of curiosity, what's
Maybe
your
we should-
charisma save, Ipfon?
Save plus 13.
Damn paladins.
I was gonna say I would hope he has the highest charisma save.
I would certainly hope so. Yeah, I wanted to confirm though because I have the next highest.
He gets expertise in it.
He should. I think he should try attuning while here.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
anyone
In the
have the
theater,
spell
it's where
remove
the
curse?
mask is associated. What's
That's
that,
fair.
Teresa?
Does anyone have the spell remove curse?
I do.
Okay.
no.
Perhaps we shouldn't have him do it. Perhaps I should attune then.
Or
I
Thumas?
think it may have to do with alignment. What do you think?
I don't think alignment
Doubtful.
would be it.
I think it would change your
That's-
alignment if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason at this point that I'm suggesting that I attune to it is we can
'Cause he
have
can remove
Ipfon
curse.
nearby, and Ipfon can remove curse if needed.
What's Thumas? What's your charisma save? Because you're proficient with all saves. Jake.
It's not going to
Nope.
be a plus
Sorry, it's
16. I
muted.
can tell you that.
It's not a plus 16. Sorry, it's muted. Plus 10.
Plus 10?
Yeah,
5,
he's
and then I get my proficiency.
Yeah, so he'd be plus 15 with the paladin.
I'm not a paladin. I'm a monk.
No, but if the paladin's within 10 feet of you, he gives plus 5 to all saves.
How the fuck did you get plus 10 on a...
Monk.
No, I get that.
Yeah, but he would need a
Plus
5 in
plus
his
5 from...
charisma as
Yeah,
a monk.
he'd need a whole plus 5 in there to have a base plus 10 if you include his proficiency bonus.
Do you have a 20 charisma?
Yeah.
No,
Thumas?
not you,
Do I
Ipfon.
have it? No, I don't think so.
Then I don't see how you could possibly have a.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I'm sorry. I get sometimes confused.
What is your
from us that-
charisma save at the top of your sheet?
My charisma save is a plus 5.
Okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm like doing the math. I'm like, how does a monk get that number?
I think he was looking at his con.
I was looking at the save, and then it had the black dot circled on it, and then I thought that was add the proficiency bonus, so that's where I was coming with the plus 10. I'm still kind of learning all the complex bullshit.
The
with
the
with
dot
sheet.
does that automatically when that dot.
The sheet does it
already there.
automatically when that does
Gotcha.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sheet does all the work for you.
Yep. Okay. So then Lucina attune.
Alrighty. I'll take the place up on stage and begin attuning to the mask.
All right. You spend an hour fiddling with the mask, attempting to attune to it. The hour passes, you do not attune to it.
Okay.
It might also just be because Ipfon is a paladin, it can't work on him.
Well, Lucina was the one trying to attune.
Yeah, but like I mean overnight.
Oh, the overnight. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he
Good
can't be
point.
charmed
Mm-hmm.
or like have basically any kind of mental effect get him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stay with Lucina. Ipfon, you stay nearby but out of the room.
Well, out of the
Yeah.
10 feet. Because the aura only extends so far. I think anything beyond the aura, the mask should work.
I'm not gonna
'Cause
tell
his
Lucina
aura-
to I'm not
Yeah.
gonna tell Lucina to sleep in a room with a paladin. It'll
Well,
just
that
be
would also
weird.
be the reason why it's not affecting Stein either, is because he'd be within the paladin aura in the same room.
Yeah, it's a thing of manners. I'm not going to tell her.
How
To
about this?
sleep
How about
in a
this? How
room
about
with
this?
a guy.
You guys sleep in the bleachers. I'll sleep over here on the stage. You leave the mask with me, and you guys take some potions of watchful rest.
All right.
Ooh, wonder if I went outside of the city just to go hunting or something for a while, would that be legal or would that be poaching?
That'd be fine.
All right, I'm just going to head out of the city. Say I woke up early or something, and I want to get a head start on getting ready for our next trip, so that the guard has seen at least one of us leave this city, and we're not doing suspicious shit in town.
I can go with her.
I just realized I don't know how to spell dare as in to dare someone.
D-A-R-E.
You spelled it right at the end.
Oh, good.
You have them flip flopped.
No,
you
that
have
was
dare and deer
intentional.
flip flopped.
Have you not seen the?
So, what are you guys doing? So right now, you're just sitting in this amphitheater, having spent an hour trying and failing to attune to this mask.
Teresa
I'm
wants
just
to
gonna-
go hunting.
Yeah, just so we have an alias of we were not at the place where weird shit's happening.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
and
to
I'll
the
join
bar.
her.
And then I'll come
Well,
back.
no,
and,
you
like,
should stay. You should stay in case Lucina needs to be put down because you can do the most non-lethal damage.
Okay.
It probably should just be the two of us.
Yeah. So myself and Teresa will leave town, so the guards see part of our party leave. And Steins, Ipfon, Lucina, and Thumas will spend the night in the theater.
Do you ever wonder if it's like guard policy in places used to adventures of if you only see half the party, it's a diversion?
They sound the alarm.
Wait a minute. There were 6 of them.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah, but I
the
don't have-
townsfolk begin running for like the reinforced shelter buildings.
I always have an excuse. I'm not a mage. I don't have preparations to do aside from hunting.
Okay. So is it? So you're gonna spend the whole rest of the day in the theater, except for Teresa and Freeman, who are gonna go out hunting.
I guess.
Sure, you can do that.
If there's any like herbs in the area for herbalism, I'd like to grab those while we're out.
Okay. Well, make a herbalism check then.
And that's intelligence, wisdom.
I'd say wisdom, survival.
Yeah, fuck.
It is survival.
Herbalism. It gives me proficiency.
Yes.
$16.
You do find as you're kind of working your way down the road towards the forest and the village at the edge of it, some herbs and the like that you could use to put together a healing kit.
All right.
But as you arrive at the village at the edge of the forest, the sun would be going down.
Yeah, we can spend the night out here.
So Lucina, Thumas, Stein, Ipfon, what are you guys doing in the theater at this point as the sun begins to set?
So, we'll have Stein, Ipfon, and Thumas nearby, but a little ways away. So we'll say within 30 feet of me. Lucina will pass out a potion of wakeful rest to each one of them, and Lucina will sleep, holding on to the mask.
Okay.
We'll see how badly this can go. Thumas, Stein, and Ipvan, are you guys familiar with your roles to play in the performance?
I
Yes.
have to hit somebody and not kill them just in case.
Correct. Incapacitate non-lethally.
Oh, so no big spells, just incapacitation. only?
Incapacitate non-lethally.
I'm just gonna karate chop your face.
Okay.
Swag, you got remove curse and you're ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Well,
If you guys fuck this up,
first couple hours
I curse
pass
you all.
without incident. A third hour passes. At the end of the fourth hour, Lucina, I'm going to need you to make a charisma saving throw. This is versus a charm effect.
Ah. Neat. Advantage. Or do you guys want me to fail this?
Up to you.
All right. You pass. As you are startled awake, a feeling of chill running up your spine as you would all see kind of almost unfolding from this mask. A very different woman with a half-rotting face.
Oh, cool.
And she's going to look at all of you and say, "Ah, supplicants. Well, get on your knees. What are you waiting for?"
Is she corporeal?
She appears to be corporeal.
Are you a god?
Yes. Now get on your knees.
Insight check.
Time stop.
Hold on, insight check first.
What is God to a non-believer?
She's inscrutable. And
Okay.
then I think you guys are rolling initiative.
Cheat.
Hey, doing good.
Whoa.
Wow. That's hilarious.
Holy fuck, I go before everyone that looks this except Stein. What a weird turn of events.
Well, Stein, what do you do?
So we're supposed to stop this thing non-lethally, right?
No, the intention for the non-lethal was in case Lucina went rabid.
Oh, okay. So this thing here, this ghosty thing, we get to kill. Okay, well I'm gonna blow it up. Fireball.
You know that'll hit everyone, right?
I mean, can I adjust it so it doesn't?
Not really. She's standing right on top of Lucina.
Oh,
Am I still
okay.
prone?
Yes.
Oh,
Airburst?
Well then.
I mean, you could try to airburst it, yeah. Is that what you want to do?
No, I want that thing to go bye-bye. I want it to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Damn. That passes. So, banishment didn't work. So as a bonus action, I'm going to draw my thing in Inner Blade Song. And that'll be all I can do.
Okay. No, you guys are literally like a 5-hour walk away from town. That's what you told me you were doing. You're not anywhere close.
Oh, I thought hunting meant like an hour trip, and then we're out there for a couple hours. All right.
All right. Lucina.
Time stop.
Okay. Roll it.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty. So,
Time for maximum chaos.
Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy Obscurement.
Yeah.
What precisely does that do again?
It's effectively blind.
Okay. Let's see. Blinded.
The last page of your character sheet, there should be a bunch of.
Yep. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll do this. Turn 1. I'll be flying back a little bit, 10 feet, with that bonus action nonsense. Fire Shield Cold. That'll be turn 1. Turn 2, 3, and 4 will be chromatic orbs at varying distances on the lady. We'll go with 6 and 2 5th level spell slots. You'll go with that?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to finish.
Those are the attack rolls. And final turn, ending all that, will be Twin Spell, Upcast, Disintegrate on the lady and the mask.
Okay.
I thought we were. Oh no, different person. Never mind.
Anything else? Well, that would end it, so.
Yep, that would end it.
All right, here is her deck save.
She dodges as a disintegrate the wall behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Does the mask save?
No, it's an inanimate object. Go ahead and roll the damage for it.
Yes, but isn't she wearing the mask?
No, it's on the floor.
All right, so it had to be Upcast 10, 13d6 plus 40.
Yeah, the mask is turned to dust.
And then the chromatic orbs.
Oh, yeah. Only the 22 hits.
Alrighty, give me a second while I catch up on my resources. Alright, so those missed. So I do still have sorcery points. So since they missed, they will be homing back in. I will expend those sorcery points to reroll.
Okay.
And we'll be going with thunder to lightning. These two are the lightning.
So that 82 is thunder?
No. The 82 is the disintegrate.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry.
Yep. So the new to hits are 22, 29, 25 with my chromatic orb.
Yeah, those will all hit.
All right. So that's 655 for level spell. We'll maximize the thunder.
Yeah, it has no effect on her.
Good to know. Here come the lightning. 33, 33.
All right. That bloodies her.
Ignoring resistance.
That bloodies her.
Alrighty. Run back into melee. Back up out of melee. Does she take an attack of opportunity?
No.
Then I just close right back in.
Okay.
That will be my turn. I have to go find the doggo that's going super commando on me.
Then you die. No, I'm just kidding. Ipfon, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm. How far?
You're 30 feet from her.
Then I move all of my movement speed.
Okay.
Bonus action lightsaber.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm gonna try to hit.
Roll to hit.
RR 2d20 plus 12, right?
I don't know what you're rerolling. How many attacks you got?
2.
Then it'd be 2 space and then your d20, your whole attack stuff.
Yeah.
She will, as a reaction, cast Shield. I don't know if you have the Mage Slayer feat.
I do!
Well,
I
then you
got
would
that
get an attack as a
recently.
reaction. So you can make another attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was she within? Sorry, never mind.
That will, in fact, hit her. So we're resolving that 18 hit first.
I'm back.
Okay. 18 hit. I'm gonna put max smite on that. That's 7 or 8d8. Can't remember. Does the thing register as like celestial, undead, or fiend?
Yes, it is a it is an undead, but there is a maximum of 68 on Divine Smite.
Mm-hmm. I'm counting for weapon and improved.
Okay.
And my weapon, aside from its damage, is also... Yes. Where is it? When you hit an undead with it, the target takes an extra d8, so that would be what? 9?
Yes.
Okay. It's all the same damage, so I like rolling it as one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Um.
12? No, not 12. 7, sorry.
Oh, okay. She looks to be near death.
Okay.
I'm guessing she has less than 5 HP now.
But since there's no way she can pass the con save, she loses the spell, and that means both the 20 and the 24 hit.
Whoa. Very nice.
Neil Supplicants gets fucking obliterated.
Neil
Okay.
supplicants. Haha, we brought a paladin.
Fucking time stop sorcerer damage spam followed by a paladin. Sorry, I got 5 turns of time stop. Whenever that happens, I fucking unload the spell slots.
That's awesome, dude.
All right. Are you guys going to finish your long rest here in the theater?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well.
You finish your long rest, taking the extra 2 hours as a result of the interruption. And Lucina, you didn't take a potion of watchful rest, did you?
Correct. I actually have to sleep.
Indeed. So you slept the entire 10 hours, I'm assuming. You didn't take any watches. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay. Then at the end of the long rest, having succeeded on it, you will need to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is 20 minus 20.
I don't know.
Can you roll above a 0 with your con save?
Am I in the paladin aura?
Yes.
That is a fair point, though. If you dump con for some reason,
If you have a negative con modifier on your saving throw, it is possible to still fail a DC 0.
I have done it before.
Yeah, you're fine.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
A new day dawns. You have all had a successful long rest. Your dreams are quiet and normal this evening.
Man, it sucks to be whoever that was.
It is worth noting that it did not look like it was the same woman that you fought before.
Right, it was a different woman.
it was most likely the foreigner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he described half the face missing. That's why I went. That's why I went nuclear, and then disintegrated the mask. Funny bit. I only used up my 2 5th levels, and a 6th level, and a 7th level.
Yep.
I still got kick.
Well, you should be full again.
Yep.
Is there anything else you're going to do in town for the remainder of your 2 weeks? I think you said you were staying here.
I'd like to search the amphitheater one more time to see if we can find that missing journal. It's the only place I could think it would be.
Turns out it was in a secret cubby hit directly by disintegrate.
Okay. Well, make your investigation check then.
Well, I'd like to spend, several days thoroughly searching the place.
Make your investigation check.
Teresa, are you down for that?
Yeah, sure. Advantage and guidance? Question mark.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
24.
You search the place extensively and thoroughly, finding no trace of the journal.
Well, back to the inn to hear about my long lost cousin to see what happened to her.
Yeah. At the end of the first week, that same guard, comes to you and says, I have some very bad news, I'm afraid. It would appear that your friend died about a week before you arrived. By all intents that we can see, it was a suicide. Very sorry for your loss. And he then begins to leave.
Was there a note?
He stops at the door. No, I'm afraid not. And then he steps out into the street and starts walking away.
Yep. No, I just wanted to leave that caveat, so if they're talking about it around the precinct, it might come up. That is strange. She committed suicide, didn't leave a suicide note. Or a will or anything. All right. I'm gonna head out. I'm tired and my neck is killing me. So
All right.
you guys have a good night.
Ruffles.
Have fun.
Don't worry, I'll lead them to certain disaster in your absence.
Hooray.
I know. That's why I'm excited for next week.
All right. Well, sorry, what was that?
On to the next haunted mansion.
Yeah, there aren't any other haunted mansions in town.
What about a museum?
Nope.
Abandoned graveyards.
Outlawed by treaty.
Abandoned docks?
They're too busy for that.
Haunted circus.
Ran out of town 3 years ago. Hasn't returned since.
Suspicious mine?
The mimes were executed in the Great Purge of 777.
What about Old Man Jenkins?
Locked in the insane asylum. Soundproofed cell.
Are there any
Dog nappers napping dogs from the dog show?
The remainder of your 2 weeks passes without incident.
By the way, that's an actual Scooby-Doo episode.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, so you get the scrolls that you ordered. And I presume you guys will then make sail for Havia? Or is there something else you'd like to do?
Well, we tried finding adventuring hooks, and it appears all the adventuring fishermen aren't putting out bait in this location. So we got to go to a new location. So yeah, we'll go to Havia.
Okay.
Why are we going to Havia?
Because
Adventure, of course.
because none of the DM isn't fishing in this area. There are no hooks. We must move on to greener pastures.
Yep, so you spend another 49 days on the boat, making its way to Havia.
Would it be possible to make a quick stop?
Where?
Silesia.
That's back north.
It's not really
Is
a
it?
quick stop. Yeah, it's you'd be going like literally the
Oh, right,
exact
yeah,
opposite
copper,
direction
north-
for the same
north and west.
distance.
Hey guys, I
Yeah.
need to make a quick stop. Oh, where do you gotta go? I need us to turn around and go back the way we came.
I thought it was bottom right, not top right.
No. The bottom right is Havia.
Yeah.
Where are we? Like by the south end of the Burbling Wilds, in that area?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, like you guys are literally passing through a couple of straits and then going south.
Okay.
So we should, yeah. Let's get going back to. Wait, guys. Did Freeman set up any business in Havia?
Not that I know of.
Because I don't recall any business in Havia. Did we have any business in Havia, guys? Anybody know? And I
I
start going
feel
through
like
Freeman's
we did.
receipts.
I think so.
Well, the captain would point out that if you guys want to go back to Lushingworth, Havia is the best place to stop to take on supplies.
Okay. Well, that's just it. I wasn't certain if Ruffles had anything there that he needed us to do in Havia, or if we were just going to pit stop.
The captain's just needs to stop there to take on supplies.
All right.
Because it's a little bit out of the range of the ship to just ignore it and then just sail all the way to Lushingworth.
Yeah. We'll pit stop, spend the time there that we need to, catch up with our alchemist Jezebel.
Mm-hmm. You would also, as you arrive, receive a note from Nipia Creshies that he has received some information on your fiend problem, and that he might have a solution for you. You know that way Stein doesn't have to keep wasting 3 third-level spell slots every day.
We shall go to Nipia.
Yeah, Nipia, meets you guys over lunch. He appears to be having this like fried fish sandwich. And he's like, yes, well, one of my colleagues also heard of your problem. One of the counselors here, Furlafons Dell. And I was able to reach out through some mutual contacts there, and he pulls out the scroll tube. And he says, and I found, I think, something that might help you. You see this fiend. You do know the fiend that's been hunting Freeman, yes?
Yes.
Well, it has a base in a volcano on an island of lava in hell. And that, as he taps the scroll tube, is a scroll plane shift that will take you right to the entrance of it.
I'll take that then.
And he nods and says, suffice it to say that killing the demon would greatly help everyone involved. Less demons are always a good thing. And it would solve your problem neatly.
That it would. That it would.
He kind of pats his mouth with a napkin and says, well, I'm afraid I have a business estate to attend to, so if you'll excuse me.
Of course.
And he walks out of the little cafe you guys did, this plain scroll tube just left on the table with you.
Lucine will pocket that.
Mm-hmm. Do you open it or anything? Or do you just pocket the tube without looking at it? I'm just asking.
You know how my suspicion of when you had me papers. Fucking disintegrate my ass. Yeah, I'll look at it.
Okay. So you open the tube. Two things come out. One is the expected scroll, which, as you can look at it, does appear to be, in fact, a pre-programmed scroll of plane shift. The other is a tuning fork made of steel.
Ah, excellent.
And I think that is where we will leave it for this evening.